Tired of the everyday grind? Ever dream of a life of romantic adventure? Want to get away from it all? We offer you Escape. Escape, designed to free you from the four walls of today for a half hour of high adventure. You are on a planet of desolation and utter ruin, awaiting the return of your comrades to carry you to safety, while the remains of life about you, crawling and evil, are slowly hemming you in and ruthlessly tracking you down to your death. Listen now as Escape brings you Charles Smith's unusual story, North of Polaris.
Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you read me, Joe?
Loud and clear, R5S5. All ready, sir.
How is he?
Well,
How do you feel, Mac?
Scared, sir?
Now take your time out there. Be very sure.
quiet.
Can you see him?
Not yet, sir. Yes, sir, there he is.
Mac, what's it like out there?
Nothing much to see.
You feel heavier or lighter than usual? Can you move about easily?
Just like at home.
What about atmosphere?
I'm turning off my oxygen unit and opening the intake valve.
Careful. Not too fast now.
I've cut my supply completely, sir.
Rescue party standing by, sir.
It seems to be okay. Yes, sir, the air is good.
Are you sure?
It's okay. Send them out.
From the port of the spaceship, we could see him calmly walking about on the surface of a planet approximately 20 million miles from our own. All 40 of us had drawn straws. Mac had won. And if we returned home safely, he would be remembered as the first man to touch the soil of an alien planet.
Well, Joe,
I guess I'm as ready as I'll ever be, sir.
who else are you taking with you?
Stoner. He's good with the camera. Sam, have you got your gear ready? All right.
Now, you know what to do. What I want.
Yes, sir.
Map the area as best you can. Bring me a report on water sources, mineral deposits, vegetation. And if you see any signs of life, try to get pictures. But otherwise, avoid it. You can tell the others that's an order.
Yes, sir. Do you think there is life here, sir?
Well, some of our best minds have always claimed there was.
Well, when we get back, we'll set them straight, sir.
Yeah. I'll make other drops and pick you up at this spot in 48 hours. So you're on your own. Good luck, Joe.
Thank you, sir.
Joe, do you notice anything wrong with this place?
What do you mean, Mac?
Well, look around. You see any trees, bushes, grass, anything growing? See anything green?
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's probably desert country.
No, look here. You feel the soil.
What?
It's rich enough. Gets plenty of sun, probably plenty of rain. Look at its color. Gray, dead.
Maybe it's like the moon. Maybe this is just another moon.
No, there's air here. There isn't any on the moon.
How you know? You ever been there?
Oh, Well, that's what they say, Sam.
Sometimes they're wrong. Well, what now?
Well, we got about 5 hours of daylight left. We'll head north.
I don't like it. It's too quiet. Not even the wind.
What are you trying to do, Mac? Don't you think we're jumpy enough?
How long are they going to leave us here?
48 hours.
That could be a long time.
We started north. It was easy walking over the flat, rolling land, easy because there were no trees or bushes or weeds. There was nothing. Nothing but the gray sky and the gray, dead soil. I was beginning to think that maybe it was only a moon. And then we made camp for the night.
Okay, come and get it.
Well, look here. Beans and K-rations. Just what I wanted.
Oh!
Hey, watch your cans, they're hot.
Now you tell me.
You know the first thing I'm going to do when I get home?
Oh, what?
I'm going in the best restaurant in town and order the biggest steak in the joint.
You're pretty sure you're going to get home, aren't you?
Sure, I'm sure.
Why, aren't you, Mac?
I know. Hey, want some coffee, Joe?
Yeah, thanks. You married, Mac?
Uh-huh.
Any kids?
Yeah, one, a little girl. She's 5.
Huh. What made you volunteer for this trip?
I don't know. Maybe I just had to. You understand that?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, you know what I miss? The crickets. You know, at home you sit around a campfire, like at the lake. You hear the frogs and crickets.
And slap the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Oh, what's that?
Well, here we are, 20 million miles away from our home. 20 million miles. And yet up there in the sky, we can still see it.
Yeah, I wonder if anybody's looking at this stinking planet and wondering if we made it.
Oh, sure they are. All the scientists, astronomers.
I don't mean them, I mean...
I know what you mean.
You got a family, Sam?
Only my mother, she lives...
Hmm?
What is it? Something's out there. Moving.
It was life. There was life here. And we could see it now, in the dim light given off by our heating unit. It was an ugly, four-legged beast, with a hairless body. And from its odor, a scavenger. Like everything else here, it was the color of gray.
All right, cut it out. Sam!
Well, that's real smart. You're supposed to be a photographer, take pictures of what we
Oh,
find.
lay off him, Joe. It was only a rat, a big rat.
The day broke clean and bright, and we kept walking north doing the job we'd set out to do. And there were no other signs of life, and we'd almost convinced ourselves that the rat had been a stowaway from our ship. For the first time, things felt right.
Hey, Joe!
What?
Hold it!
Stop wasting that film.
I don't want your pictures and magazines. Shot everything there is to shoot here. It's all gonna look the same. Nothing.
Yeah, I know.
When we turning back?
Tomorrow morning. There. Now let's take a look around.
What's the use? There's nothing to see. Hey, why don't we start back now? Joe? Joe.
Mac! Come up here.
What is it?
On the double. We'll take a look through these binoculars, Sam. Off to the east there. What do you see?
A lake. Yeah, maybe an ocean.
Now swing around slowly to your left. No, easy. There. What do you make of that?
I don't know.
Well, what's up?
Looks like clumps of stone or cement. Take a look. Give him the glasses, Sam.
Hey, could that be what's left of the city?
If it is, if we found...
Yeah! Yeah!
Sam, you fool, come back here! But he wasn't coming back, not now. He'd found the subject for his camera, and he was racing toward it. At the edge of the sprawling stone ruins, we caught up. And he made us turn with our backs to the city and pointed his camera at us.
Welcome to the city. Hold it, both of you, right there.
I should have shaved.
Mac, pick up a piece of that stone.
Like this?
Okay. Come on, what are you waiting for?
Hold it. Mac, put that stone down.
Hey, you think...
Just put it down.
What's the matter with you guys?
Geiger counter's acting up.
You kidding? What could be radioactive around here?
Mac, lower it near the ground.
Well, what do you know?
Radioactive. What is it, uranium, pitchwood, what?
No. No, this isn't a natural composition.
Yeah, then what?
Look around you. Take a good look. What's it look like?
Just stone, cement, ruins. What else?
Look at the color of it. The edges.
Yeah. Like it's been burnt, scorched. Remember what our cities looked like?
They wouldn't know about atomic energy here.
What makes you so sure? I led them on into the sprawling corpse of the great metropolis till we stood near the jagged base of what once must have been a magnificent building.
Mac?
Yeah?
Over there.
What?
Look. Rats.
Yeah, scrounging for food.
Holy sure did.
With each step we'd taken, the radiation had increased. And when it reached the danger point, we turned and started slowly back. We didn't say anything. We didn't need to. We had seen and we knew that this world, this civilization, had committed suicide.
It's getting late. We'd better make camp.
Well, this is as good a place as any, I guess.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm pooped.
Yeah, it's been a long day. You want to set up the stove, Mac?
Yeah, might as well.
The sky's clouding up in the south. Looks like a storm brewing.
Your film safe, Sam? You think the radiation back there damaged it?
Nah, it's packed in heavy lead foil.
No.
Cigarette, Joe?
Yeah.
Thanks.
What's funny?
No, what's that?
Take a look out there. No, south, I mean. It's not the sky that's clouding up. It looks like dust. Dust storm.
Couldn't be. There's no wind.
Take a look.
Yeah, but there's no wind.
Well, something's out there kicking up the dust. How far away you figure?
It's hard to tell. 10, maybe 15 miles.
Joe! Joe, look!
What?
There, to the right, about a mile. You see him?
See what?
No, over to your left.
Well, what is it?
People.
You're crazy. There's nothing out
Two
there.
of them, they fell. I can't see them now either, but I did see them. There, now, they're up again.
Joey's right. The people like us.
Hey! Oh, hey!
All right, stop it.
Hey!
Cut it out! Stop it! Look, we've got orders to avoid contact with life here.
But, Joe, they're people, human beings.
You don't know what they are. Just because they resemble us physically, that doesn't mean a thing.
But, Joe,
we
they
got
might-
our orders. The ground's higher over there. Let's move over there where we can see them better. Come on. When we made it to the rise, we could see a man and a woman. Two people just like ourselves. Even what was left of their clothing was similar to ours. And they were running desperately. And then I looked beyond them and saw the cause of their fear. Stalking them, slowly closing the distance between them, were 6 of those great, evil rats. We stood there silently, watching the hunters and the hunted. And the longer we watched, the more it became certain that the rats could end the hunt whenever they wanted to. I could see their features now, The woman was much younger than the man. Their faces were distorted by panic and fear. And we watched and waited. And then the old man fell, and Sam and Mac were running, screaming, driving off the rats. Are you all right? Can you understand me?
Yes. Where's my father? I must go back to him.
The boys are with him. It's all right. You speak our language.
Yes. But we were sure there wasn't anyone else in this sector. We thought they'd all gone.
Gone where?
South. They left us behind. They said he was too old, not worth the trouble.
How many of you lived here?
11 of us.
Only 11.
Father and I started out yesterday morning. We thought we could meet them later. And then the rats... Where are you from?
Outside.
And then there is something left outside.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I was sure. I'd hoped. I knew it couldn't end here.
Come on, we'd better get you back to camp now. Well, they're asleep. Gave them a sedative. She'll be all right, but I'm worried about the old man.
Hey, Joe?
Yeah?
We've been talking. How can they know our language? How?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know, it's like our world, isn't it? After the atomic war, I mean.
Yeah. I remember reading how the radioactive dust spread all over the land, killing everything. Grass, trees, animals, everything. I guess the same thing happened here.
You off your rocket, Joe? We're 20 million miles apart. And our war was over 50 years ago.
Look, don't you think it's possible that life on another planet could have started, advanced, and progressed step by step with ours?
Oh, Joe, now you're talking like something out of one of those science fiction magazines.
Well, what's the matter? Can't your ego accept it? Do we have to be the greatest, these super beings? Everything else in the universe is subhuman?
Oh, wait a minute, Joe.
Oh, knock it off. Sit the sack.
Okay. It might be a good idea if one of us stood watch while the other two slept. How about it? Huh?
Sure.
Well, I'll take the first lap, and then you, Sam, and then Mac. Each of us will do 3 hours, huh? And I'll try to get some sleep. The 3 hours passed quickly. My mind was racing, asking if this world was a parallel to our own world. Were all the worlds of the universe alike? I was trying to find the answer when Sam relieved me, and I still hadn't found it when I dropped off to sleep. But I didn't sleep very long.
Sam! Oh, good Lord, the rats. He must have dozed off. Come on!
Look.
Oh, my. We buried Sam just as the sun rose full above the horizon. And then as we turned to walk back to camp, we saw it. The sky to the south was black with dust. It was closer now, much closer than the day before. And whatever it was out there was moving straight for us.
What do you make of it, Joe?
I don't know. Oh, Jean,
Yes?
does your father feel well enough to travel?
Oh, he's much better. He wants to talk to you.
All right.
Joe, how far away from our rendezvous point?
Oh, About 12 miles.
Have you noticed the dust to the south?
Yes. I was hoping that you could tell us what it was, sir.
It is the army.
The what?
The army. The great army of the rats. The others. Those you saw yesterday and this morning. They were the scouts. Out there is the main force.
Well, why only rats? Why no other animals?
When the war started, the rats were already immune to radiation. They thrived on it. When all other life perished.
But why?
We did it. We made them immune. We used them in our early atomic experiments, generation after generation. And generation by generation, their resistance increased until a rat was born who was immune to radiation.
What are we waiting for? Let's get out of here.
Yes, we must run. For now they are the masters, the rulers, and we are the scavengers.
Wait, my father.
Well, if he can't keep up,
Hold it. All right, hold up.
Oh, there's no use going on. Look there ahead of us.
Yeah, dust. More of them.
Behind us. To the north.
Yeah, they've cut us off.
Now they close in for the kill. I told you it was an efficient army. Their strategy is well planned. They've a good general. As good a man as myself.
Father, please.
Oh, now, these young men need me, Jean. We're outnumbered. We need time to muster our forces. Perhaps we could make a truce with the rats.
talk sense, will you?
Gentlemen, be reasonable. We have no other choice. See how easily they outmaneuvered us? A truce is our only hope.
Make him shut up.
Joe, he's crazy. He talks crazy.
Don't let it get you.
How much time we got left before they pick us up?
7 hours.
We'll never make it.
Jean.
Yes?
Do you know this sector?
Yes.
Well, come with me, please. Mac, keep an eye on the old man. I didn't know what I was looking for or what I expected to find, but I had to do something. Even walking aimlessly over the scorched stone rubble was better than standing, waiting for the circle of rats to close in. And then Jean found it, an entrance to an underground bomb shelter, one just large enough to hold the average family. We raced back to where we'd left the others, and now we could hear the rats, thousands of them all around us.
Joe, I tried to stop him. He wouldn't listen. He was like crazy.
What are you doing?
I couldn't help it. Believe me, I couldn't help it.
He was about 200 yards away, his shoulders back, his head held high, walking directly toward the rats. And in his right hand, he was holding a small white handkerchief, waving it back and forth like a flag of truce. He kept on until they formed a semicircle around it, and then he stopped. And all around us, the rats stopped. For a moment, I swear he spoke to them. And then he turned toward us, raised his hand in salute. And then the rats swarmed all over him.
Come on.
No, come on, Jean, you can't help me.
Come on.
We burrowed ourselves in the shelter. In a few moments, we could hear them overhead, hurtling themselves against the heavy, lead-lined door, their yellow teeth digging at the concrete and steel. But it had been built to stand an atomic blast. It held off the rats. And we waited. For one thing, how long could we stay alive in that coffin? We didn't speak. We just sat there, wondering when they'd break through.
Joe.
Yeah.
What's he use?
Let's get it. No. No, they'll give up. They're starving. They'll leave to find some other food.
Hey, Joe.
Huh?
The rats. They're quitting. They're leaving.
Maybe they are. Maybe they just want us to think they are.
No. No, they're leaving. I'm going to take a look.
Mac, don't open that door.
Joe, they're... Now, listen. Listen, it's a ship. Clark and the ship. Come on, Joe. Let's get out of here. Else they can see us. Hey! Hey! Down here! Hey!
Well, Gene, we can go out now. They've gone.
What?
It's all over. We're safe now. We can go out.
Out? Out? Oh, I can't believe it.
We're going to take you back with us. Away from this. Now, come on.
No, please. Please, I'm afraid.
Afraid?
Don't you hear it? That noise?
Well, that's our ship. Here, I'll show you. Look, you see the landing.
Ship? I don't understand.
What? The one that brought us here.
Brought you here?
Yes.
Where did it come from? Europe? Asia? Where?
Europe? Asia?
I knew we hadn't destroyed all of the Earth.
Earth? Is that what you call this planet? Earth?
This is the Earth. You. Where are you from?
What? Way up there. Just north of Polaris.
Under the direction of Anthony Ellis, Escape has brought you North of Polaris by Charles Smith, starring William Conrad as Joe, with Hy Averback as Mac, and Eddie Firestone as Sam. Featured in the cast were Vivi Janis, Ralph Moody, and Frank Gerstle. The special music for Escape is composed and conducted by Leith Stevens.
And now, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. In a moment, Act One of Doom Machine, starring Leon Janney as Dr. Ferris, and written especially for Suspense by Edgar Marvin. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, in the year 2500. On the outskirts of the great city is a large one-story house. In one wing of this house is the laboratory of Dr. Atlee Ferris, who is seated behind an enormous horseshoe-shaped desk, studded with levers and small blinking instrument panels.
Morning, Dr. Ferris.
Good morning, Jack.
I tried to work out those calculations you left as best I could. I hope I have them figured right, sir.
Never mind, I won't be able to use them anyway. I lost the train of thought on that wide pattern we were following.
Oh, it's too bad, Dr. Ferris. You were so far advanced on it.
Well, I'm only human, Jack. I'm not a machine. In fact, my humanity practically conspires against me. The level of concentration I need is fantastic, Jack. But I'm not pure brain. There are disturbances, distractions, emotional upheavals.
That's what life is, Dr. Ferris. We can't avoid that.
But if there were pure brain, Jack, a mind that would hold pure thought and nothing else, that would carry out the logical sequence of thoughts into action without any deviation from its purpose, regardless of any distraction or human consideration.
There's no such thing, Dr. Ferris. It would be monstrous.
Perhaps, but it would succeed in its work. Whereas we, because we're human, too often are distracted and fail.
I'd rather fail than be just a brain.
Yes, because you're human. And you won't admit that creatures with a pure brain would be superior to you. Well, back to your work, Jack. I'm just talking to myself anyway. He doesn't understand how limited the human mind is. Yes, that's it. That's what I need. A brain that isn't human. Third audio box entry, July 7th. The first parts for my new project arrived today, and I immediately began assembly. The job is going to be bigger than I expected. My original plans didn't call for motive power, but now I see that everything will be impossible unless there is force of action. Sixth audio box entry, July 20th. Sally is bursting with curiosity. But she knows enough now not to come near my workroom. Perhaps I should prepare her for the fact that we are going to have a guest in the house. 13th audio box entry, August 27th. This is probably the last report I shall make. There is complete mobility, and the concentration chamber has been sealed. Not even I could get it to change a thought once the decision trap is shut. Communicative power is slow, but there is no faltering of expression. The last thing is the will. I shall test that tomorrow. The final test.
I hear something. Is that it, Dr. Ferris?
I ordered it to report to me here in the laboratory at 10 o'clock. What time is it now, Jack?
It's just 10, Dr. Ferris. Is it safe?
We'll know in a moment.
I am here, Master.
It's enormous. The most enormous robot I've ever seen.
This isn't just a robot. Inside that enormous metal body is the most advanced electronic brain ever devised. Pure brain. Maximum electronic mentality. That's what we'll call him. Max.
I could think of other names.
The real thing, Jack, is his power of concentration. His will is tied directly to action. He does whatever he decides. Nothing can stop him. Nothing can distract him. His will is as strong as the titanium he's made of. He's perfect, Jack. Perfect.
Yes, he's perfect, Dr. Ferris. You got what you wanted, a brain that isn't human. A thing completely without emotions.
Look at Daddy's laboratory, Philip. Isn't it immense?
You can see and hear everything from this control room.
Is that the robot, Mr. Ferris?
Yes, that's Max. Well, what do you think of him?
He's amazing.
He operates himself, Philip. He's not just a robot, he's a thinking machine. He's figuring out the solar energy formula right now. Jack does the manual work.
You mean the man takes orders from the robot?
Jack's not in Max's class when it comes to pure thought.
Oh, Daddy, it's humiliating to take orders from a machine.
Yeah? And what's your opinion, you brilliant young physicist, Philip?
Well,
As a scientist, Dr. Ferris, I have to admit admiration for your robot, Max. But speaking as a human being, I think I'd resent taking orders from it, too. I mean, having it on a pedestal.
Yeah, that's where Max belongs. He can do the mental job, and Jack can't. Therefore, Max leads and Jack follows. I'm not interested in your so-called human values. I have no more feelings about them than Max has. The superior always lead the inferior. That's the way it is, and that's the way it has to be.
Dr. Ferris, I can't stand it anymore. I'm not working for you. I'm working for a machine, an iron monster.
Oh, now don't be
He knows
foolish.
it, too. I can feel it. He's cocky, Dr. Ferris. He gloats over us.
Well, that's how you feel, Jack. Max has no emotions. He's just doing a job.
I don't want to be a part of it.
But it's going to succeed, Jack. Max is going to accomplish in a month what you and I have been working on for 3 years. I'm going to fly to the Capitol tomorrow to report on our progress. You can't quit now. I'm depending on you.
How long will you be away?
Oh, a few days, maybe a week. And the final test of the formula may come while I'm gone. You have to be here.
Well, if we're that close to the end, I suppose I can stick it out.
Fine, fine. Now, if the test should come while I'm gone, I want you to record all the steps on the AudioVox tape recorder.
I'll remember.
Oh, and Jack, there may be some danger. You're going to be trapping the energy of the sun right in the laboratory. Radiation will be intense. Now, be sure you set the thermal drums in back of the solar tube so you can graph the heat measurement. The main thing, of course, is to be positive the formula's correct before you throw the switch.
Much chance I'll have to figure that. Max makes all the decisions.
Well, that's the one reason I'm not worried about the danger, Jack. You can trust Max. Whatever you think of him, you know that.
I suppose so.
Well, it's important that you believe in him. His mind, Jack, his pure electronic brain will do more for humanity than generations of emotional beings like us.
Home 23.
Home 23.
Omega 15.
Omega 15.
Thermodyne 24.
Thermodyne 24.
Set rheostat control.
Set Rios. Max. Max, that's it. That's the test for solar energy, the final test.
Set rheostat control.
You sure we're ready for it, Max? Let me look over the formula.
Formula is right.
Well, at least let me see it.
Do now.
Now? Is there any reason why we must finish it this afternoon? We've been working all day. I want to look over the formula tonight, tomorrow.
Must finish. Must finish.
All right, all right. Nothing stops you. Let me turn on the AudioVox tape recorder so we can record the steps. Not a chance to get anywhere arguing with a machine. Never tired, no emotions, no feelings. After this test, I'm through. Dr. Ferris will know I'm walking out.
Set rheostat control.
Just a minute, just a minute. There. Now I'll check the thermal drums. We're graphing.
Set thermal panel.
Check.
Increase. Raise. Thermal 8. Radial flux.
Oh, it's hot. We must be tapping the sun. Look at that control panel spin.
Thermal 10. Radial flux 8. Thermal 12. Radial flux 9.
Max, it's getting too hot. I don't think we can get any more increase.
Thermal 14. Radial flux 10.
No, Max, it won't work. I see it now. We're absorbing too much heat in the tube. We're not channeling out.
Thermal 16.
I'm afraid, Max. I'm afraid. Max is shooting heat rays. Max!
over maximum. Need new formula.
Wonderful, Max, wonderful. It's running on solar energy. With this machine alone, this laboratory model, we could power 100 factories.
Heat too high.
Yes, I checked the thermal drums. The heat is too high, but we can fix that. Take a little work, but we can do it. You have no idea where Jack is?
Jack gone.
Yes, you told me that, but where? Well, I suppose he skipped out. He's been threatening that for a long while. Fine time to do it, though. That's human loyalty for you, and he used to say you couldn't be trusted because you had no feelings. Nothing would stop you from finishing a job. No petty human considerations.
Check audio box.
Yes, good idea, Max. I want to hear the steps in this experiment.
Not a chance to get anywhere arguing with the machine.
Yeah, that Jack.
Never tired, no emotions, no feelings. After this test, I'm through. Dr. Ferris or no, I'm walking out.
Yeah, just as I thought. Good riddance.
Set rheostat control.
Just a minute.
Nah. I don't want to hear any more of this. Don't worry, Max. I'll get you another assistant. Nobody worthy of you, I'm afraid. Just another human being like Jack. But you'll be able to use his arms anyway, won't you, Max?
Yes, Master.
Look, Sally, I appreciate the chance to work with your father, but I just couldn't take orders from Max.
Philip, I think you're wrong. I really do think that this time you're wrong.
Listen, why do you think Jack quit, Besides, your father never liked me, and this is his opportunity to make a fool of me.
But Daddy was very disappointed in Jack. This is your chance to make good in his eyes, patch everything up.
Oh, I don't know.
Besides, the work is so important. You keep telling me yourself how brilliant Daddy is.
Yeah, sure, but...
When this work is completed, Philip, it will mean all sorts of honors.
Will you
for
listen
him.
for a minute?
It can be the making of you as a scientist. Oh, for my sake, take the job.
You make it very hard to refuse.
Then don't refuse, Philip. I can call Daddy back.
All right, darling. For your sake, call him back.
Now, Philip, the one problem we had was the excess of heat vibration in the thermal tube itself. I checked over Max's new formula to decrease that, and I think he's got it. And I've given him instructions based on that new formula. I want you to follow Max's orders completely. I'm jetting out to the Capitol again with a member of the National Thermal Committee, and I'm sure you can handle the work in my absence.
Well, I don't see why not. The way it looks, I'd only be an extra pair of hands for Max.
Just so. A very apt bit of phrasing, Philip.
Well, Max and I might as well get to work.
Fine. Max will show you how to regulate the thermal drums. Good luck.
I'm afraid we've been keeping you from concluding your experiments, Dr. Ferris, having you report to the Capitol so often.
On the contrary, Dr. Larkin, I'm in the fortunate position of being able to place my work in even more capable hands than mine.
Oh?
I don't suppose you've heard of Max.
Max?
Primary field 23.
Primary field 23.
Secondary field 19. Coil 64.
Secondary field 19, coil 64.
Circumference 20 degrees.
Circumference 20 degrees.
But Ferris, you can't be serious. Rain like that is a monstrosity. It's inhuman.
Of course it's inhuman. That's the grandeur of it. No feelings, no emotions, nothing to distract it. Just pure scientific thought at the service of humanity.
But a thing like that cannot serve humanity, Dr. Ferris. It's wrong somehow.
We've always used mechanical servants, Dr. Larkin. Why, this very jet ship...
Oh, no. Not to make decisions for us. It's a mistake to grant free will to any mind untempered by feelings and emotions. There's something immoral about it.
Oh, but that's just the beauty of it, Dr. Larkin. Precisely because he has no feelings, Max can never make mistakes.
Sorry, I don't believe it. No machine in the world operates to perfection.
But Max isn't a machine. Max is pure brain, self-corrected, undistracted. Here, let me show you. Just look at the perfection of his latest formula.
Home 22.
Home 22.
Omega 1-4.
Omega 1-4.
See? So he bases his new rheostat setting on Ohm 22, Omega 1-4.
Omega? Why Omega, Dr. Ferris? Isn't that a similar ratio?
Good Lord. Good Lord.
What's the matter?
Oh, no. Larkin, Max has repeated the same mistake. It's as high a ratio as the other. It'll build heat rather than dissipate it. If Philip goes near the thermal control with that formula, he'll be cremated, burned to an ash.
Oh, Dr. Ferris, are you sure?
Unfortunately, I'm very sure. That's what happened to Jack. He was... Oh, no. Larkin, I've got to go back. I've got to get back in time. If we don't get there in time, I'll be a murderer, Larkin. You hear? A murderer.
Rheostat control.
Rheostat control.
Thermal panel.
Set thermal panel. Well, Max, this is the big one, isn't it? We're all set to drag in the blazing sun. You know, you're not half bad to work with after a fellow becomes used to your infernal arrogance.
Set thermal panel.
And your infernal driving. There. All right, Max, old boy, fire away. We're on to glory.
Increase raise. Thermal 8. Radial flux 6.
Thermal 8, radial flux 6. Wow. This certainly builds up heat fast.
Thermal 12, radial flux 9.
Thermal 12, radial... Oh.
Thermal 14, radial flux 10.
Thermal 14. Machine's awfully hot, Max. There. Max, listen. I don't know about this. It's getting awfully hot.
Philip, get away from that machine.
Dr. Ferris, what's wrong?
It's shooting thermal rays. You'll be cremated, burned to an ash. Into the control room, quick.
Hey, easy.
Now, stay there. The inso-glass walls will shield you.
Thermal 16, radial flux 12.
Max is going to the thermal panel. I've got to stop him.
Oh, please, Dr. Ferris, you'll be killed yourself.
Now stay in there. Don't come out. Now, Max, listen to me. Your new formula was wrong. Wrong. Don't touch the thermal panel. You'll be destroyed. Stop, Max. Do you hear me?
Not stop until finished.
But not if you've made a mistake. Now stop, Max. Stop.
Dr. Ferris, he can't stop. Nothing will stop him. That's the way you built him. He's only a machine. He has no understanding.
No, he's not just a machine. He's pure brain. He must understand. Now, Max, listen. Your formula is wrong. You'll destroy yourself. Everything you've accomplished will be destroyed with you.
Not stop. Not stop.
Good Lord. He's found the switch. Dr. Ferris, come in here, quickly!
Oh, the idiot monster! Dr. Larkin was right. It is something immoral, an inflexible electronic brain. No emotions, no soul, no reason. It's my fault, mine.
Dr. Ferris! Look out! He's throwing the switch, Dr. Ferris!
No, Max, no!
Suspense. You've been listening to Doom Machine, starring Leon Janney as Dr. Ferris, and written especially for Suspense by Edgar Marvin. Suspense is produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber. Featured in tonight's story were Cliff Carpenter, Elaine Rost, Bernard Grant, and Eugene Francis. Listen again next week when we return with Heads You Lose, written by Robert Arthur. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. The Singing is Easy on the Richard Hayes Show, weeknights on the CBS Radio Network.